Rose, escorted by Miss Sophia Vickers. Next up, we have Mr. Tristan Anderson, escorted by Aaron Davis and Brian Davis. Next up, we have David Hood. He's escorted by Lakeisha Mike and Octavius Jackson. Next up, Tariq Holloman, escorted by Tariq Derrick and Angela Holloman. Next up, we have Javon Brown, escorted by Miss Rita Wells. Next up, we have Mr. Duran Johnson, escorted by Mr. Derek Johnson. Next up, we have Amir Sanders, escorted by Evelyn Cole and Eddie Sanders. Next up, we have Malik McCray, escorted by the Chiefs. Next up, we have Amadi Kendrick, escorted by the Chiefs. And last but not least, we have Macquarie Render, escorted by Indiria and Macquarie Render Sr. In 2015-16, salute the class of 2015.
We welcome you to Miami-Dade, the bottom of the map here in South Florida. HSPNSports.com bringing live game day to you Thursday night under the lights with Carroll City Chiefs versus the Southwest Miami Senior High School Eagles. Ladies and gentlemen, we have homecoming tonight. It's going to get loud up here in this booth. As you can see on the field right now, we have the senior homecoming student athletes represented with their parents. We got 5:30 on the clock until game time. My name is Ryan Stout, joining you here from Traz Powell Stadium. It's been a while since we've been down here in Miami-Dade, but we're glad to be back. Once again, the Chiefs host the Eagles of Southwest Miami Senior High School. Big game tonight coming in here. Carroll City Chiefs with a record of 5-1 in the District 6A16. 2-0 in the district. Got some stats for you in terms of where they rank in the state and nationally. They're 13th in the state with a national ranking of 126th in the nation. Chiefs doing big things. Last week, coming out with a big win over nationally known Rockets of Miami Central High School. A couple of the standout athletes that we got to see last week, Tristan Anderson, Jonas Dorville, Montrell Newton Jr., Jason Dunos, and Kevon Dingle. Some impact athletes to watch out for tonight. Expectations had a chance to check out Coach Aubrey Hill out there on the sideline. Got to talk to him. Great relationship with the Chiefs. Done some games here in the past with Booker T as well. Featuring the Chiefs a couple times in the past couple years. Make sure you get a chance to check them out live there on hsbnsports.com. Aubrey Hill in the season, in a nutshell, came out with a loss to Coral Gables early, first game of the season, and Aubrey said it's time to reevaluate some things. And as we are here right now, the color guard is going to walk out. And as you know, if you've joined us before, due to copyright issues, we mute the broadcast because of the national anthem. And at any time during the broadcast, if you hear a sudden mute, that is because there's music playing in the background. So don't be worried. It's just us muting the audio due to our partnership with YouTube, we do not own any of the rights to the music. So I'm going to cut off real quick, and we're going to introduce the colors as well as the national anthem. This is Ryan Stout with HSBN Sports. Stay with us. And we thank the Carroll City Chiefs band for playing the national anthem for us. The color guard will be dismissed, and the leaders, the captains of both teams will meet on the 50-yard line here in Travis Stadium. Once again, glad to be back down in Miami-Dade. First game here in Miami-Dade, and I want to say a year. Southwest Carroll City Chiefs both enter the stadium right now. Both teams very excited to be here. Going to name off some of the impact players for tonight's game. For Southwest, we got Willie Brown, Gianni McCrae, Corey Tutson, John Uramilo, sorry if I blew that up, CJ McWilliams, Antonio Garcia, Ian Jorge, and Tyler McCavey. On the Chiefs side of the ball, impact players for tonight: Kevon Dingle, Jonas Dorville, Jason Dunios, Tristan Anderson, and Montrell Newton representing the Chiefs tonight. We're going to see what happens in the coin toss, but once again, had a chance to talk to both coaches on the sideline. Southwest coming into this game 4-1, their first loss to the season. Belen Jesuit last week. They're coming out with a loss. It was only 16-10. Some of the standout athletes we talked about. Overview. Overall, great start to the season. A lot of returners coming back. A big loss late in the game last week, but trying to recover. Coach Aubrey Hill also talking about some expectations this year. Coming out the season with a loss and trying to redefine themselves every single week. Taking one game at a time. So both teams, one loss on the season. Homecoming tonight with the Chiefs. Thank you again for joining us here in Miami-Dade on HSBNSports.com. Going to see who's getting the coin toss right now.
Along with the rest of his coaching staff, we'd like to wish the Chiefs good luck tonight. The officials for tonight's game. And here comes the Carroll City Chiefs.
And here come the Carroll City Chiefs enter the field. Like Coach Aubrey said, one game at a time. Kicking off within minutes here in Miami-Dade. Glad to be back down here. Ryan Stout bringing you the action tonight here on HSPN Sports. And we got a lot to feature tonight. First game of Miami-Dade. Big night tomorrow night up in Broward County. Coral Springs Charter homecoming as well, doing some big things with a rebroadcast over at Buffalo Wild Wings. So if we have any Broward County fans out there up in Coral Springs, any Charter Panthers on the map, join us tomorrow, not only at the game, but the rebroadcast at Buffalo Wild Wings. Once again, Buffalo Wild Wings, we're rebroadcasting the game. Southwest here to receive. Chiefs going to take it in the second half.
Salton, FS, Sam Salton. Good luck, Lenny Stripes.
And once again, if you're joining us for the first time, check us out on the Twitter feed at HSPN Sports. Once again, at HSPN Sports. I got the Twitter feed right in my face at any time in the broadcast. You want to give us a shout out? You have any comments? You have any updated stats with possible games going on in the county? Whether Dade or Broward or, hey, around the nation. Give us a shout-out. There's no doubt you'll be on the broadcast tonight. We always appreciate our Twitter fans. And here we go, kicking it off. And he's going to muffle it. And that's number 21, kicking it off here for Southwest.
That return was by number 21.
Looks like a James Barnes there with the return.
James Barnes, and the tackle made by.
And the offense for the Eagles is going to open up. Looks like on their own 22-yard line. Eagles going to start it off early. Trips to the far side of the field. Man in motion. Quarterback's got to get out of the pocket. He's going to let it go. Just out of bounds. Once again, to Barnes, number 21. Starting quarterback tonight, number 7. That's going to be John JJ. I'm going to blow up his last name.
Second down.
Yamarijo. Man in motion. Oh, and he's going to slip it right in between the safety and the linebacker. Incomplete. Get that number for you. Looks like number 17 on the intent. It's going to be Rivera. Going to be a 3rd down and 10 for the Eagles here. Quarterback's going to get out of the pocket, see if he can gain some yards on the ground. He gets out of bounds. Does not look like he came up with the first down unless he got a really good spot. And it looks like just a yard short for the Eagles on the offense. Not a good start for the Eagles. 3 and out here with just 11 minutes and 33 seconds still on the clock. Here in Traz-Powell Stadium, they're going to have to get the special teams on the field. Coach Neal talking highly on the special team side, being one of their biggest offensive weapons thus far in the season. Nearly tipped. Not the best bounce out of the Eagles and the Chiefs. That was to Ian Jorge.
Punt was by Blanco.
On the return, they're going to get the ball in Eagles territory on the 45-yard line. Let's see what the Chiefs can do here on the offensive side of the ball. Once again, if you got to see the last week's game against Central, Stephen Calvert, known as Buckshot, had to leave the game late. 4th and 1 call, trying to get the first down. Has a bit of a shoulder. Don't want to call an injury because he'll be back. So starting quarterback tonight, Lorenzo Floyd, is going to be in there. Number 3, trying to take it to the outside, and a big stop on the play. That's going to be Stephen Newbold, stopped by number 90 for the Southwest Eagles. That's going to be Brandon Carrero on the stop on the defensive side of the ball. And that's going to start off the Chiefs' second down and a loss. Second down, about 13 yards to go. And they're going to have 3 down to the near side of the field, stacked down by the numbers. See what they come up with here. Once again, Stephen Calvert not in the game. And they're going to come up with a run.
It will be.
And he might get right back to the line of scrimmage, not much. And that's a carry by number 33, Manuel Gonzalez. Oh, stop, excuse me. Tackle by Manuel Gonzalez, excuse me. Chiefs are faced with a third down. Gonna see what they can do in the air. Pass intended to number 8 for the Chiefs, and that's gonna bring up a fourth down. Number 8, Kevon Dingle, junior wide receiver. Not a great start for either offenses out here tonight, Eagles and Chiefs. Chiefs are going to have to give the ball back up to the Eagles. Hopefully special teams can put up some numbers here tonight, pin them back in their territory. High snap. Not the best punt. Get to about the 30 with a bad bounce. Ref's going to spot it. Ref's going to spot it at the 33-yard line. And the Eagles once again come up with their second possession of the night. See if they can convert positively. 9:55 here in the first quarter. Once again, we thank you for joining us tonight here on HSPN Sports. Got a lot of things going on. Back-to-back nights here in Dade County. First Dade County game of the season. Glad to feature the Chiefs once again. Aubrey Hill, head coach for the Chiefs. Running back in motion. Quarterback's going to have the time, let go of a duck, get to triple coverage. Intended to number 21, James Barnes, on the play, but not looking in their positive manner. Quarterback has the time to throw it, just got to get it there. Triple coverage, don't know if that was the best decision. Both teams thus far, not the best offensive schemes coming in. We're going to have trips on the far side of the field for the Eagles. See if they can come up with some positive yards here on 2nd and 10. And they're going to give it up to the running back down the middle. He's going to gain some yards. About 3 on the play. Number 3 to Corey Tutson on the carry. Going to get about 3 yards and give him a third down and about 7 yards.
That's David from the Who. Third down.
Eagles going to spread it out. Single set back in the backfield. It's going to go into motion. Quarterback drops back. Lets it go deep down the field into double coverage. It's just going to throw it out of bounds. Pass was intended by number 2, Gianni McCrae. Once again, Eagles are faced with another special teams offensive play. They're going to have 4th and about 7 yards and 3 possessions thus far into the game here with the Chiefs. The home field on homecoming and the Eagles. They're going to see if the Chiefs, going to give it back to the Chiefs once again. Maybe the Chiefs can put up some positive yards. Getting closer and closer to blocking that punt. Number 13 back to receive. Going to see if he's got the moves to make something happen. And there's going to be a great tackle. And get this number 1. 13 on the the Caleb Thomas on the return, and Willie Brown, number 1, on the great jersey tackle. Got those strong hands bringing down the Chiefs in their own territory. Chiefs offense are going to start off about the 23-yard line. Second possession here for the Chiefs. Looks like we're going to have 2 backs in the backfield. Doubles to the top, far side of the field. going to stack those wide receivers. They're going to give it up to the running back with a big play. Coach Hill talked about a big-time run play, and time management was a key. Shamar Smith on the tackle.
Tackle made by Willie Brown.
Coach Hill talking big-time time management in this game, one game at a time. That's the most important thing for these young men, is that they take these games one game at a time. That's going to bring up another first down and 10 on their own 32. Going to do a quick pop pass down the near side of the field. Number 3, helmet's going to come off. He's going to have to take a play off. They're going to mark him around the 44-yard line. And that's going to be Steven Newbold on the reception, senior wide receiver, also DB. And it's going to be a tackle by Edwin Sosa, number 44 here on the Chiefs' own 44-yard line, trying to break into Eagles territory right now. Two backs in the backfield, going to give it up to number 5 on the play, going to gain some yards, not much, about 4 on the play. It's going to bring them up to their 47-yard line. Naquan Wright on the run. And Willie Brown once again on the tackle. Coach Neal talked about a strong defensive front here for the Eagles. Once again, a lot of returners coming to this game, so they got the experience to win. He was excited about scheduling this game. They're going to do a quick pop pass. Out to number 3, shake and bake. We're going to see some flags on the field. Gets around 3 defenders. That's going to be Steven Newbold once again on the reception, and we're going to see what this call is here. They're going to spot the ball here on the Eagles' 42-yard line. We're going to see what Whitecap has to say to us. Get a chance to talk about it. Looks like it might be on the Chiefs. Bring the captains over. And it looks like it's going to be on the Chiefs. We're going to find out what the call is here.
The preliminary signal blocking in the back.
And it's going to be a block in the back on the Chiefs. And it's going to push him back. It's going to give him about, it still says second down, second about 16, maybe 15 yards. Not putting the Chiefs in a good position. One back in the backfield. They're going to give it up to number 1 here on the big-time run. Darnell Roll. On the carry, but not enough. Going to bring them up with a third down and about 6, maybe 5 yards to go.
Tackle was made by Smith along with Brown.
Once again, Lorenzo Floyd stepping in for Stephen Calvert. Big-time gun down here for the Chiefs. Lorenzo going to drop back, has the time, slant across the middle. And he may stay up. He doesn't. That's going to be number 8, Kevon Dingle, impact player of the night. Big-time reception, going to give the Chiefs an opportunity to put points on the board here with 6:47 into the first quarter. They're going to spot on the Eagles' 21-yard line. Chiefs potentially ready to put points on the board. Lorenzo going to give his receiver a chance, and he goes up for it, and he brings it in. Number 4 on the reception. That's Montre Smith on the reception here in the first quarter with 6:23 on the clock. That's going to give the Chiefs 6 points over the Eagles. A well-played possession by the Chiefs, recovering from the first possession. A couple mistakes shooting themselves in the foot with a block in the back early in the possession, but ultimately going to take it into Eagles territory. Lorenzo giving Smith a chance to get up and do what he does best, bring in 6 points for the Chiefs. We're going to see if we can convert here with an extra point. Got a little confusion here on the special teams. They're probably going to call a penalty.
Extra point attempt, the snap is down, it's up,
And it's going to convert. We don't see any penalties on the play. Once again, here in Travis Stadium, HSBN Sports bringing you this Thursday night game under the lights. Glad you could join us tonight. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time tuning in with us, please follow us on Twitter at HSBN Sports. We want you to join the conversation. Always appreciate the support from the fans, from alumni, from the schools. And it looks like we finally got a flag here from the Whitecap. We're going to zoom in on him. And we might have to redo this, or they're going to put it in on the kickoff. So, Chiefs, I guess they're going to call a timeout. A little confusion on the field. They're going to call timeout. 6 points still on the board. Here with 6:23 into the first quarter. Chiefs coming out, second possession of the game. Being able to convert Lorenzo to Smith in the back of the end zone. Just going to toss it up. And they're going to convert. We're going to see what goes on right here, if they're going to enforce it during the special teams or the extra point or the kickoff. It looks like they're going to give them another chance to kick this field goal. And the kicker's going to get another shot at it. Got his little warm-up in there. A lot of confusion the first time out there. Had players run in and off the field. And we're going to get, looks like, potential offsides. Going to see who it's on. One of these days we'll get the extra point. Offsides on the play. And that's going to be on the defense. And one more time, we'll get up here for the extra point. See if we can get that extra point on the board. 6-0 here with 6:23. Chiefs on top over the Eagles. And he's going to get a pop fly, and he's going to get it in there. What a kick from special teams. They are celebrating. Once again, we thank you for joining us. And as you can see on the screen now, we got some people we want to give shout-outs to, the best sports bloggers in the nation streaming the game. So if you're joining us from one of these places, we thank you for joining us. We give a big shout-out. Bleacher.com, Florida High School Football, Florida Gridiron Preps, Florida Varsity, High School Football America, and last but never least, Never Had It So Good Sports Radio. Thank you for all of your support, streaming our games on a weekly basis. Finally getting a Dade game in here. I know everybody was a little excited about that, asking us when we were going to travel outside of our Broward roots. Former Broward player myself, born and raised, but hey, love me some Miami-Dade football. Always welcome down here. Glad we could feature this for the Chiefs tonight on their homecoming. You had a chance to see early on in the broadcast. As soon as we started up, they celebrated the seniors and their parents. We're going to kick it off here with 6:23 on the clock. And it looks like a big pickup. Get back to the 30. That's number 15. Manny Pineda on the return. A decent return for the Eagles. And once again, the offense is going to get another shot. Haven't crossed into the Chiefs' territory yet. Quarterback looks like he's got plenty of time.
First down 10, Eagles.
That's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Eagles, and see how they line up. One back set in the backfield. We got doubles to both sides. Quarterback's going to put man in motion to the far side, and he's going to give it up the center, and he's not going to get anywhere. They're just going to blow the whistle on that. That's number 3 on the give to Corey Tutson, running back for the Southwest Eagles. And once again, number 7 starting quarterback for us tonight. And that's going to be, we're going to call him JJ. We're going to call him John. because I butchered his last name. Got some time. He's going to let it go. And it's almost going to be picked off by number 17 on the defense side of the ball. That's going to be Morris Lugo. And JJ is going to try and let it go in the middle of the field. Once again, probably not the best decisions thus far in the game for JJ. And that's the quarterback for the Southwest Eagles. Throwing it into coverage. Maybe needs some more time to warm up, but third possession here for the Eagles. 5:35 in the first quarter. They're going to go trips. Empty set. And we're going to get a whistle. And it looks like a timeout for the Southwest Eagles. Not too much positive things going on here with a third down and about 12 to go. For the Eagles, have yet to cross into the Chiefs' territory. 7 points on the board for the Chiefs. Coach Neal talked about consistency here in this game. Had a lot of returners. So he's got the experience, defense side of the ball. Excited to play against the Chiefs, especially on their homecoming. I know it means a lot. A lot of people would say, hey, I don't want to be on the homecoming squad. Because usually the mentality is if you're scheduled for homecoming, it's a guaranteed win. And that's what we're looking at. I'm not calling it, but that's the mentality. So the Eagles got a lot to prove here. 4-1 on the season. Chiefs 5-1 on the season with a big win over the Central Rockets last week. So should be an interesting game thus far. 5:35 in the first. Chiefs got 7 points over the Eagles. One set backfield. It's going to go into motion. Give him an empty set. JJ is going to drop back. Doesn't have the time. He's going to try and roll out in a big-time stop by, it looks like, number 13. Excuse me. Maybe number 18, number 10. We're not sure yet. Looks like DeAndre Wilder, number 10, on the stop for the Chiefs. Big-time stop. Once again, the Eagles are going to see special teams. And if you get a chance to glance at the sideline when the camera pans, Coach Neal talked about it. They definitely don't have the depth like the Chiefs do. Eagles forced a punt out of their own territory. Really close. Blocking it. Number 13 once again. And we're going to have number 9 on the tackle. Big-time tackle by number 9. Andrew Blanco saving the day. Caleb Thomas going to have a chance to possibly return it. But Blanco going to come up with a big-time stop. Strong fingertips.
Tackle was made by number 9. Andrew Blanco.
Chiefs, once again, another chance to put some more points on the board. Back in their own territory on the 37-yard line. 4:44 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. 7 points for the Chiefs. Man in motion. It's going to give up to number 5 on the play. It's going to make his way around and possibly the first down. That's number 5 on the carry, Naquan Wright. And they're going to give him a pretty good spot. That's going to give him a first down. Shamar Smith on the tackle. And that is number 5, Shamar Smith.
To Carol City, alumni. We're going to be good. We have nice cupcakes.
Single set in the backfield. Going to put a man in motion around the wing. And a big-time hit by Southwest. Going to get that number for you. Big-time hit. Big-time stop. Looks like number 8 was on the tackle for the Southwest Eagles. C.J. McWilliams. C.J. McWilliams, you're going to see him tonight on both sides of the ball. Definitely an impact player for the Eagles.
Second down. Change it down. Wow.
Single set in the backfield. We look like we got double wings here for the Chiefs. Offensive scheme, man in motion. Lorenzo going to take it to the distance, give his wide receiver a chance. Almost.
Pass is incomplete.
Incomplete. Looks like Elijah Felton on the stop, and we're going to get a number.
It should be third
Looks
down.
like number 8.
Down,
Number 8 on the attempt, Kevon Dingle. Just shy of getting it inbounds. Lorenzo going to take it the distance, taking a risk here on second down. Got to give him a chance. Keep it inbounds. Ultimately, offensive player, Dingle didn't get a shot at it, so you know the defensive guy wasn't going to get a shot at it. Lorenzo going to get the ball again here on third down. Is going to give it up. And a big-time stop by number 1, Willie Brown. Willie Brown is going to be on the stop, and Darnell Roll is going to be the run on the play. They're going to have to be faced with another special teams punt. 4th and about 9 yards. And it looks like number 22, Cameron Davis, back to punt. Southwest Eagles looking to return deep into their own territory. Heels on the 21-yard line. See if they get it off, and they do. Doesn't call a fair catch. Going to take up a big hit. Number 4 on the hit. That's going to be Montre Smith. And James Barnes on the return. Taking a risk, not calling the fair catch. Going to put the Eagles, looks like their own 14-yard line. Once again, Eagles haven't had a chance to break into Chiefs territory. Chiefs are up on the Eagles 7-0 here with 3:34 in the first quarter. Single set. Running back in the backfield, man in motion to the far side. Quarterback's going to give it up to running back. Get this number for you. Looks like number 2 on the run with Gianni McCrea. And it's going to be a Randy Russell, our scholar athlete tonight with the stop, number 21. Scholar athlete talking about a 3.78 GPA. Coach Hill making that aware early in the game. Had a chance to talk to him. A bunch of impact players here for both Chiefs and the Eagles. But that scholar athlete featured this week, 3.78. We love to hear that stuff. JJ's going to put a man in motion to the far side of the field. It's going to be trips to the far side. He's going to give it to his running back. Number 3 on the play to Corey Tutson on the run, and Randy Russell, once again, the scholar athlete, on the stop. There we go. Third down for the Eagles. See if they can convert. Haven't had much success here on offense early in the quarter. 2:22 and rolling on the clock. We're going to get an empty set backfield. JJ is going to be back there by himself. See what they can come up here on a 3rd and about 4 yards. Motion man. They're going to throw a spot pass here to the outside, and a big-time stop by number 7 for the Carroll City Chiefs. Keelan Roberts, defensive back. Outstanding stop by the Chiefs in the Eagles' territory. Once again, the Eagles not successful here on the offense. They're going to have to give the ball back up to the Chiefs. 1:46 and rolling here in the first quarter. We got a 7-0 score at this homecoming game here in Nathaniel Trask Powell Stadium. Glad to be back here in Dade County, featuring the Carroll City Chiefs against Southwest Miami Senior High School Eagles. Eagles back to punt, close in their own territory. It's going to be a high one. Going to call a fair catch on it. And going to get a terrible bounce, and that is what we would like to call a horrendous punt. Looks like they're going to spot the ball, possibly on the 23. Looks like maybe the 22-yard line. Not the best offensive series yet. Not much success at all, like I said before, for the Eagles offense. The Chiefs going to take over deep into the Eagles territory. Lorenzo starting at quarterback tonight, taking the Stephen Calvert, known as Buckshot. Buckshot coming off a big-time game, big-time win last week. Going to rest up his shoulder a little bit, coming back to the rest of the season. Chiefs 5-1, 2-0 in the district. Single back in the backfield with Lorenzo. They're going to blitz a linebacker, and they might call offsides, encroachment. And it's going to be a false start on the offense. And the Chiefs are backed up. Another 5, and that's going to give them a first down and 15. Back them up to about their own 27-yard line.
False start on the offense. That's a 5-yard penalty. First and 15 after that penalty.
Chiefs coming out once again, double set, wide receivers on both sides stacked. Lorenzo going to give an opportunity here to number 3, and he's going to might take it the distance.
3 pass complete.
And that's Steven Newbold on the reception. Quick spot pass, giving his receiver an opportunity. Looks like we got some flags on the field. And Newbold is going to step out of bounds. I want to say inside the 10-yard line. We're going to find out what the penalty is. It looks like a holding on the offense. I want to say it was on the blocking receiver for Newbold, but once again, going backwards the wrong way for the Chiefs. With another opportunity to score. The Chiefs looking pretty confident, though.
Preliminary signal holding.
104 here in the first quarter of play. 7-0. The Chiefs are up on the Eagles.
Back to the 30-yard line.
Chiefs are going to be spot on the 30-yard line. We're going to have trips. Hey, first down. They got a couple downs to do it. There's no doubt they can't put it up. We got trips to the near side of the field. Lorenzo's going to drop back, and he's going to let it go to a wide-open wide receiver, and he is going to let go of it, and that is Kayvon Dingle once again. It was intended. It was not completed. Dingle going to drop it after the catch. It's going to be once again incomplete. That's second down, and I want to say about 16, 17 yards. For the Chiefs, get another opportunity. Lorenzo going to drop back once again, going to give it up to his wide receivers, a couple hitch routes, see if they can get some quick pop passes, some short yardage gain by number 3. Is that number 3 or number 9? Looks like number 9 on the reception, Victor Tucker.
Tackle made by Worley. He has some help from Curry Graham. Third down, 9.
And that's Justin Worley on the quick tackle. It's going to bring the Chiefs third down back to the line of scrimmage. Third and about 9. Lorenzo is going to try and make a play right here. Gets the snap. Going to take his check down and eventually take off with some big yardage. And with a good spot, it looks like we got a first down by about a yard and a half. And once again, Lorenzo Floyd looking like he was going to hit his check down. And that's going to be Emmanuel Delanova on the tackle, number 25. That's going to give him a first down, and Lorenzo taking it upon himself to get a 10-yard gain, first down into the red zone. They're going to drop the sticks, and the clock looks like it's about to run out with 5 seconds left on the clock. The Chiefs are going to get one more play, and that's going to be Lorenzo with a give up to number 1, Darnell Roll, and a plethora of Southwest Eagles on the tackle. We're just going to call it the whole interior line on that tackle. And that's going to end the first quarter here in Nathaniel Traspal Stadium. You're watching HSPNSports.com, a special feature. Thursday night under the lights, we got games back-to-back. If you're a Dade County fan, if you're a Broward County fan, it doesn't matter if you're a Florida fan in general. We're glad you can join us from all platforms tonight. Big shout out to our streaming partners. And once again, at any point in the night, hit us up on Twitter at HSPN Sports.
She's over on the Eagle sideline, and she represents quite a few schools, but she has the Eagles on her heart. The Southwest Eagles.
Not getting too much action tonight.
GMAC.
Usually get a bunch of action this point in the game, but I guess, hey, homecoming. Once again, at HSPN Sports, hit us up. If you're a Carroll City alumni, if you're a fan, if you're a parent, you couldn't make the game, make sure you share it. We are here to spotlight these athletes, regardless of their D1, NAIA, doesn't matter, underrated, overrated. We're here to spotlight these student athletes tonight, and with your support, it is all made possible. And that's going to be 7 points on the board for the Chiefs. And we're going to start off 12-0-0 on the clock. And that's going to be the second quarter. first quarter, end of the first quarter, starting off the second quarter. Lorenzo and the offensive Chiefs are going to see if they can put up some points. Second and goal. Ball's going to be spotted on about the 13-yard line. Lorenzo's going to take it outside. A quick spot pass, and it's going to be a walk-in. Victor Tucker, wide receiver, just a junior, is going to walk into the end zone, but we have some dirty laundry on the field.
We're going to give away some cupcakes. Now, we're going to call some students from
Going to see what the call is here on the play. Find the white hat.
Answer a few questions. If they can answer some questions, then they'll.
And I want to say, yep, it might be another holding. Victor wide open. Quick spot pass here to the near side of the field. Not sure what the call was, but they're going to. And it was confirmed. It was a holding. And then they're going to get another chance. It's going to be. I'm hearing first and goal. The sticks say second. We're all backwards. And it's going to be a quick slant intended for number 9 again. Victor Tucker. Going to give him another shot, but it is going to come out of his hands.
All right, if we can get 5 second graders, you don't have to be from Brentwood.
And it's going to say third down on the sticks.
5 second graders. You don't have to be from Brentwood, but if you a second grader with the Brentwood.
Third down, second down, hey, whatever. They're in the red zone. The Chiefs looking to put 7 more points on the board. Lorenzo leading this offense here in the second quarter. He's going to have a single set backfield. And he's going to give it up and not only give it to his running back, but the running back, bad exchange. And it's going to be a bad exchange between Lorenzo and Roll. And we're going to see who recovers the football. Not a way to give up an opportunity. And it looks like the Chiefs are going to recover the football. Not so good of an exchange. And that's going to come up with a 4th down and goal. Looks like on the 15-yard line, and the Chiefs are going to go for it. Forget special teams. Coach Aubrey Hill is taking a risk here in the Eagles' territory. Let's see what they can come up with. We got a trip to the far side of the field. Lorenzo's going to give it a shot in the back of the end zone, and the receiver's not even going to go up for it because he doesn't have to. Number 8, Kevon Dingle. They're going to celebrate, and it looked too easy, too good to be true. Once again, Chiefs putting the points on the board. That's going to be 13-0 with 10:56 here in the second quarter. The Chiefs are going to see if they can convert, give them 14 points. And it looked too easy. Lorenzo giving his wide receiver a shot. Didn't even have to go up the highest point, right in the breadbasket. And they're going to convert on the extra point. And once again, you're joining us here on HSBNSports.com, a special Thursday night under the lights here in Nathaniel Traspal Stadium. Yes, we said it. We are back in Miami-Dade, and we are glad to be here. The Carroll City Chiefs take on the Southwest Miami Senior High Eagles on a homecoming night. We got the band cranked up. We got a 1950s speaker sitting right next to me, so if you can hear how loud it is extremely loud in this box, but hey, it's high school football. We love it. The Eagles back to receive. 3 in the back, set to return. So far, positive yards on the return team for the Eagles, but have yet to make a difference on the offense. I want to say about 3 or 4, maybe 5 possessions thus far in the game, and have yet to have positive yards into the Chiefs' territory. Chiefs having the most success tonight. Once again, 14 points up on the Eagles. 10:56 here in the second quarter. Chiefs ready to kick off. And it's going to be a short one. Returner's going to receive it on the 5-yard line. See if we get back to the 20. see what the spot looks like, and it looks, I want to say, about the 22, 23 yard line. Excuse me. Once again, the Eagles, Southwest Miami Senior High School, 4-1 on the season. Last game coming up with a big loss. First of the season, Belen Jesuit going to win it late in the game. Overall, a lot of returners. And we finally got some shout-outs. Joining us tonight, Huntington and Princeton. We thank you for joining us here on the broadcast. Once again, you can join us. Hit us up on Twitter. And that's going to be it's a Corey Tutson loss on the play, second down. And it's going to be a stop by David Hood, number 99. Big boys up front making a difference. So we got some big boys impact players tonight. Montrell Newton Jr., the starting center for the Chiefs, number 51, only a sophomore. Had a chance to talk to his coach, Aubrey Hill, but also his father, also a scholar athlete with big-time GPA up there in the 3.0s, and that's going to be a big hit by number 6, Brian Lanier. And that's going to be a reception for Manny Pineda. Eagles going to get some positive yards, and it looks pretty good. I'm excited. JJ going to open up his arm a little bit. He's got the time to do it. He's got protection down. He's got the time. Just got to complete the passes. A couple times he's had to get outside of the pocket. That's what Neil talked about early in the game, is that they need to protect the quarterback. And they're going to throw it up into coverage. And looks like number 20. Get that number. Looks like number 26 on the defensive reception, Jonas Dorville. JJ going to try and make something happen. Zion. A couple names out there. 26 on the reception. Got to stop listening to the announcer. Sorry about that, folks. Once again, JJ going to give up the ball right there, throwing it right into coverage. Chiefs going to pick it up once again in the Eagles' territory. Two backs in the backfield with Lorenzo. Going to start off this first possession. Lorenzo going to draw back, give his wide receiver a chance in the backfield. And once again, going to go up and make it look easy. It's going to make it look easy. Once again, Lorenzo. And we're going to find out. It looks like number 4, Montre Smith on the reception. Making it look too easy. Eagles are going to be 20 points away from the lead. 9:36 here in the second quarter. Chiefs about to convert with 21 points on the board. Eagles, nothing. From the looks of it, it may be a quick one. 35 points on the board. Calls for a running clock. Calls for a short night for us here in the broadcast booth. And we can go get something to eat. And it's no good, so they aren't going to convert on the extra point. That's going to give the Chiefs a 20-point lead over the Eagles. Eagles have yet to put points on the board. We want to give a big shout-out to those that made this broadcast possible tonight, playingtherecruitinggame.com. Stealthrating.com. And the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. You can find more information about them at www.kdafoundation.org. Once again, we thank you for joining us tonight from wherever you're sitting behind a computer. Not too much action tonight here in Miami-Dade. The band going at it. The Chiefs back to kick the ball. 3 back to receive for the Eagles. And once again, JJ and the offense are going to see if they can put some points on the board. And it's going to be short, picked up on the 11-yard line. It's going to miss first tackle. Looks like they're going to come up on their own 26-yard line. And James Barnes.
Remember, just say no. That's right. No
James Barnes taking it just past the 20-yard line. They're going to give him a pretty good spot. I said 23. They're going to give probably the 28. So just a little off.
Now we have the press box with us once again. Now listen, if someone has you,
1st and 10. The Eagles are going to see if they can put something on the board. The defense stepping up big time for the Chiefs. Big time interior. Couple sacks. Driving JJ. And once again, JJ is the quarterback for Southwest. His name is John. I'm calling him JJ because I don't want to butcher his last name. JJ going to give it up to the running back with, looks like a no gainer. And that's going to be Gianni McCrea on the run. And he's going to make it back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to look like a 2nd down and 10 for the Eagles. A lot of mistakes here for the Eagles. And it looks like we're going to get trips to the near side of the field. JJ going to... Oh, we're going to lose the ball on the play. We're going to see who recovered the ball. It looks like the Chiefs recovered the football, and they are once again. The Eagles once again shooting themselves in the foot, not giving themselves an opportunity. And that's going to be the 29-yard line for the Chiefs offense. They're going to get another shot at it. And once again, the Eagles just making it difficult for themselves. 4-1 thus far in the season. First loss, Berlin Jesuit. 16-10. Tough loss. And the Chiefs are going to come out with a win over it. Yes, I said it, the Miami Central Rockets. 8-6, I believe. 8-7. 8-6. Lorenzo going to complete a pass to number 15 on the play, and that's going to be Rashad Green. And I believe at this point we're going to see some guys start to rotate in the game. And that's going to be a tackle with Danielle Monteri, number 11. And once again, if you're wondering why you don't see Buckshot Calvert on the field, coming off a tough win. Yes, I said a tough win last week against Miami Central Rockets. They're going to sit him out this week. Had a little issue with his shoulder. And he's going to get a little time to rest. Had a chance to talk to him. Said he's doing rather well. Healing quickly. Said he's going to be ready to go next week. And that is 22 on the carry. Cameron Davis. We're going to see some guys rotate here in the game. 20 points on the board for the Chiefs. Lorenzo going to take it to the outside. Spot pass to the wide receiver, number 13. And he's going to get stopped at his own yard line. That is Caleb Thompson on the reception. And that's going to give up a 3rd down. Emmanuel Gonzalez, number 33, on the tackle. 3rd down here for the Chiefs. Getting close to their own red zone. Can they convert some more points? We got 7:27 on the clock here, second quarter. The Chiefs, 20 points. Eagles, 0. Lorenzo, single set in the backfield. He's going to pump it. Go over the middle, and it's going to be a big-time reception by number 15, Rashad Green. Get a little celebration in the end zone, and it made it look too easy. Lorenzo hitting his wide receiver, looked like a post route right to the center of the field. Defense not going to get there on time. 26 points on the board for the Chiefs once again, making it look easy here on a homecoming night. And what do you expect? Southwest Eagles struggling to put some points on the board.
I just want to thank him for the blessing.
Kick is up, extra point, and they're going to get it good. HSBN Sports here on the live broadcast Thursday night under the lights. Yes, here in Miami-Dade. Gotta love being down here. Getting into the fall season, right? South Florida. We have fall. Leaves change. Yeah, right. Still up here. It's a pretty nice breeze up here in the box, but we're still sweating. Yes, we are. For those that are our national audience and are starting to feel the winter breeze come along pretty soon, the fall, the leaves are changing, yet we don't get that down here. But it's always nice to be up here in the box, especially when you have a massive speaker sitting right next to you. Extremely loud, but hey, it's high school sports. Band is getting ready to hit the sideline, and once again, special guest tonight, Principal Jay Dunn will hopefully be joining us tonight. It's a hike here at Traz-Powell Stadium. As you can see, the away stands, you can only imagine what the home stands look like and all the equipment we have to carry up and down. Chiefs kick the ball off to the Eagles. Eagles going to cross the 20-yard line and some more. And it's going to be a big one. Just crossing the 40-yard line. Looks like they're going to spot it at about the 44-yard line. That's going to be C.J. McWilliams on the return. C.J. McWilliams, one of the impact players tonight for the Eagles, playing on both sides of the ball. Coach Neal had a lot, spoke very highly of the young man. 6:48 in the second quarter. 27 points on the board for the Chiefs. John J.J., number 7, quarterback for the Eagles.
Because jokes are not good for you. Thank you. Elatriana, thank you. Remember, just say no.
JJ going to get flushed out of the pocket. Oh, my goodness. And JJ going to take a big-time hit by, it looks like, number 56. 56 with a big-time hit. JJ's trying to get down. Darian Johnson, a senior linebacker for the Chiefs, going to lay down the wood. JJ got his bell rung, no doubt about it. Tried to save himself, but didn't get down in time. We didn't see any flags on the play, so.
Or Church's Chicken. All you need is a receipt. Come to the press box, we have a gift for you.
JJ back. He's going to let the ball go. Incomplete. Pass intended for, looks like number 23.
It will be.
And it doesn't look like we have 23 on the roster. Oh, 22. Excuse me. Marquise McCray. Looks like a brother of Gianni. Marquise, the intended receiver, but not going to come up with it. Probably a good thing because that defensive back was knifing in. Going to put the running back in motion. JJ, empty set in the backfield. Going to drop back and flushed immediately out of the pocket. And a shoestring tackle by number 10 for the Chiefs. And that's going to be DeAndre Wilder on the big-time stop. JJ, not a lot of time. Early in the game, had some time in the backfield. Suddenly has lost what looks like all confidence with his line in the backfield. And once again, 4th down for the Eagles. Have yet to convert. Put points on the board. That's going to be 27-0. The Chiefs are up over the Southwest Eagles. 5:18 on the clock and almost blocked by the Chiefs. And we're going to try and find the bounce. And looks like a terrible bounce. Not the best special team play. And it looks like the 41-yard line is they're going to spot it. And the Chiefs once again with the ball.
We like to have 5 third graders.
And I'm not too sure if we're going to see a rotation in quarterback because, yes, the backup quarterback is in the game for the Chiefs. It's going to be Lorenzo. Going to look for the quarterback. Doesn't even look like he's out here.
You can catch him on Monday nights at 9 p.m., 560 QAM. And
it looks like we're going to get a timeout on the field. Once again, want to be a big shout out to the guys that are making this thing go viral. Bleacher.com.
On WMBM 1490 on your AM.
Florida High School Football, which is FloridaHSFootball.com.
On WMBM.
FloridaGridironPreps.com.
Now, also on Monday, you can get JP along with
FloridaVarsity.com.
They're on 560 QAM.
HighSchoolFootballAmerica.com.
And Larry Bluestein Monday night.
And NeverHadItSoGoodSportsRadio.com. Thank you so much for your support, for joining us tonight. If you are part of their audience, let us know. Once again, on Twitter, at HSBN Sports, give us a shout out. We want you to join the conversation down here in Nathaniel Traspal Stadium. Glad to be back in Dade County. Somewhat of a breeze in the box. And it looks like we have another rotation in quarterback. And zoom in, see if we can get a number. Looks like number 5 is in at the quarterback position. A little wildcat action. And that's going to be Naquan Wright. He's a running back. But yeah, they're gonna show off a little wildcat offense. I don't know if they're gonna want to say they're testing it out, if they've done it yet this season, or they're trying to give away their playbook. And that's going to be a 5-yard penalty on the Chiefs. That's going to bring them back 5 yards, first and 15.
Purple lipstick. If you have orange or purple lipstick, I'm going to press box.
And word in, got 5 penalties thus far in the game for the Chiefs. Not going to be too happy for Hill. Got a man in motion. And they're going to give it up to the wing. Number 22 on a big-time play. He's going to take it the distance. Number 22, Cameron Davis, going to take it the distance and more. And we don't see any flags on the field. Coming in from the wing. And it looks like we're going to bring it back. I guess there is some laundry on the field. Didn't get a chance to see it, where it came from. And it might be on the sideline. Yep, there it is. On the sideline, spotted about the 45-yard line. We got some yellow flags on the field, and it's going to be holding on the offense, going to bring back a terrific run by the Chiefs. Once again, making it look easy here tonight.
And she has a few words she would like to say.
Promote the wonderful things that the Caron City football team is doing. TTV, you'll hear us talk about TTV every home game. This is where you can catch the news, see the great plays of the game, understand how the community is making a difference. The team with
4:56 here in the second quarter. The Chiefs 27, Eagles 0. Man in motion, another wildcat formation. Number 5 is going to take it around the edge, and he's going to be tripped up by his own player. Once again, that is Naquan Wright in the backfield, taking Lorenzo out of the game. I guess you can do that with 27 points on the board, getting close. Got tripped up by his own player, Bobby Baldwin. It's all right, Bobby. I saw you setting up a big-time block.
And we also would like to congratulate
Chiefs breaking into the Eagles' territory. And Naquan back to get the snap. Man in motion, and they're going to give it up. He's going to try and reverse the field, see what he can do. Athletic ability, not against this Eagles defense. Steven Newbold, man in motion. They're going to see what they can do with this Wildcat, and it looks like Lorenzo's going to step back into the game. The backup quarterback for Stephen Calvert, known as Buckshot here in Miami-Dade County. If you're not familiar with that name, you need to be, because that young man is highly underrated. Big-time win over the Central Rockets. Yes, I said it. Miami Central, nationally known, the Rockets, coming up with a loss last week. Coach Hill talked about on the defensive side of the ball, the Rockets not much of a passing team, but got a couple of passes off, and ultimately almost came up with the loss, but Chiefs are going to come out on top, and it looks like Naquan is going to come up with the run, and the tackle is by Manuel Gonzalez. That's going to be third down and a long shot, about 16 yards for the Chiefs. Lorenzo going to take the backfield, trips to the far side of the field. Let's see if we're going to open up the arm a little bit. As you can see, middle of the field wide open. Two safeties back. Lorenzo's going to look down the field and make a move at wide receiver number 8, but not going to be there. Kevon Dingle intended on the play, and Lorenzo's just going to let it go. And that's going to bring up to a fourth down, about 16 yards, just slightly in the Eagles' territory, and haven't seen too much out of special teams tonight, but maybe we'll get a good bounce out of this one. 27 points on the board for the Chiefs. The Eagles yet to score. 2:55 on the clock, 2 minutes and 55 seconds to Corey Tutson back to receive for the Eagles. Almost snapped over his head, and he's going to get a line drive of a punt. Tutson's going to attempt to pick it up, and it looks like he touched it. And they're going to mark it down. I think they're going to mark it down because it hit.
The ball will belong to the Eagles. First down, 10 Eagles.
He didn't touch the ball. Oh, my goodness. Eagles almost giving up the ball once again. Dodging a bullet here in the second quarter with 2:44 on the clock. The Chiefs defense are going to try and once again stop. A lot of rotating we're going to see tonight here at this homecoming game. Homecoming games, a lot going on, recognizing the seniors, the homecoming court, the band. Carroll City, one of the better bands, I would say, one of the top bands here in Dade County. Always entertaining, especially when they're sitting up in the stands and you're trying to call commentary. Trips to the near side for JJ, and they're going to call it dead. And it looks like an offsides on the offense. And a false start for the offense. And that's going to be, we're going to call him out, Elijah Halak. Sorry, bud, but hey, got to keep it tight. That's going to be a timeout on the field. Eagles, once again, have yet to see success on the board. 27 points for the Chiefs. The Eagles, 0. 2:44. Seems like we've been stuck on that time for a while now. It's 2:44 on the clock here in the second quarter. Halftime might have a special guest come up and see us. Principal Dunn for the Carroll City Chiefs. Talk some academics, talk some positive things that's going on outside of football. Once again, HSBN Sports featuring not only student athletes, but the students as well. Educationally based with a focus on college and career awareness readiness. We're here to help promote the student athletes, get those cameras on them. It's their job to share it, blow it up on a major network. We have the people that make it go viral. You see them here. You follow them on social media, and they provide much more content outside of just social media, stats and scores here in Florida. Check out their websites. And JJ is going to take it on his own and going to be a big stop by number 10 on defense for the Chiefs, and that's going to be DeAndre Wilder. Big time stop. JJ is going to take it upon himself to try and gain some yards, and it's going to leave them with a second down and about 14 to go. Deep into their own territory. Familiar grounds for the Eagles. Empty set in the backfield. JJ is going to try and get it outside a little low to the wheel route. And that's going to be 21 on the intended receiver, James Barnes. And I don't know, folks, but we might have taken the wind out of the sails of the Eagles here in just the second quarter. Once again, running clock starts at 35. One touchdown away. I would say two possessions unless the Chiefs go for two. Could be a short night. Empty set once again. Trips to the far side of the field for the Eagles. JJ going to see if he can make something happen. Looking down the field, getting flushed out of the pocket, and a shoestring tackle might have lost the ball. White Hat is going to call it down. And Morris Lugo on the tackle. And that's going to be a sack. That's going to be very, very close to a potential safety. And the Chiefs look like they're going to call a timeout here late into the second quarter with almost breaking that 2-minute mark. 2:07 on the clock, 27 points for the Chiefs. Backed up on their own 1-yard line. The Eagles struggling to see success all night. Homecoming game here in Nathaniel Traspal Stadium. Glad you could join us. Looking forward to a good halftime show with the band, as well as exclusive interview with the Chiefs principal, Jay Dunn. Mr. Dunn, we're looking forward to seeing you up here. Hopefully he can make his way. That hike is a long one here in Traspal. Those of you that are here in Dade County know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, Eagles. They're going to stack it inside. Running back probably 5 yards into his own end zone. Oh, excuse me. Oh, they're going to punt it. Oh, it's 4th down, excuse me. The punter heels on the out-of-bounds mark in his own end zone. Is he going to get off? He will, with a quick snap, a quick punt. And number 13, that's Caleb Thomas on the return, and some big-time hits. Crackback City. DeAndre Wilder coming up, just destroying people. Get out of my way. Guys are having fun tonight. Homecoming game, one to celebrate. I would assume that Saturday is the homecoming dance. Been out of high school not too long, but hey, I would make that assumption. Lorenzo in the backfield once again. The backup quarterback doesn't look like a backup tonight, making some outstanding plays in the air, on the ground. Lorenzo got trips to the far side of the field, and it looks like we're going to see a screen, a quick slip screen to number 13. That's going to be Caleb Thomas, and he's going to take it the distance once again. Caleb Thomas all over the field tonight with the return and the touchdown. 5 touchdowns for the night. Lorenzo Floyd, quarterback, 5 touchdowns tonight in the air. Outstanding job by this. I don't even want to call him a backup quarterback because I feel like that's shaming him. This young man is putting up some outstanding stats. Steven Calvert, watch out, man. Get healthy real quick because you got someone behind you that is making some moves, and it's going to be no good, and that's going to be 33 points for the Chiefs here on a Thursday night under the lights. HSBN Sports with a special feature of this homecoming matchup. Carroll City Chiefs take on and host the Southwest Miami Eagles. Southwest Eagles struggling to convert. 4-1 on the season. Had a chance to talk to Neil early in the game. Talked about a lot of returning starters with experience coming up with their first loss, which I'm going to throw out there. It could possibly mess with their mental edge coming into this game against Belen Jesuit. They're going to lose by 6 points late in the game. Also, Carroll City putting up some big-time wins against nationally known Miami Central Rockets. Coach Aubrey Hill and the Chiefs starting off this season with a loss. Talk about a shock, especially being ranked in the state. I want to say number 13 in the state, nationally known. And coming up with a loss against Coral Gables early in, 14-12. Losing by 2 early in the season. Coach Hill talked about redefining themselves and taking it one game at a time. Coach Aubrey Hill doing some outstanding things. If you don't follow Coach Hill on Twitter, you need to, because you talk about promoting these athletes. This is a coach that does it, cares about his student athletes. And also check out Carroll City Chiefs TV on Twitter. Those guys are blowing it up. Kudos to those that are working behind the scenes that are promoting these student athletes. Glad we could be a part of it. HSPNsports.com with a special feature of homecoming. JJ with a trips to the near side of the field, and he's going to give it up to his running back, and it's going to be a big-time stop. And he's just going to push back James Barnes. Both ways. James Barnes, you see him both on offense and defense. And that's going to give him a second down. And not looking too good for the Eagles with 1 minute and counting on the clock, closing in on this halftime. One back in the backfield with a trip to the near side. JJ's going to see what he come up with. They're going to keep it on the ground once again, and 21 once again on the play. James Barnes getting some action here late. 49 seconds. Second quarter, we're getting close to halftime. Once again, stay tuned with us. We're going to see if we can get this principal. And if you don't exit out. Open up a new tab. Check out what's going on in the world of HSPN sports here in Broward and Dade County. It's considered, I would consider it the best football, best sports overall. I'm going to say that. Someone quote it. And they're going to take it the distance. JJ is going to throw it up to Barnes. And Barnes is just not going to have a chance. And let me finish my statement. Yes, I said South Florida, probably the best athletics in the nation. If anybody wants to get on that Twitter and say something about it, you go right ahead. You're more than welcome. And that's going to be Zion Hartford on the breakup. Eagles are struggling once again, and they're going to go trips to the near side of the field. Empty set. Barnes is going to motion. And JJ is going to have somewhat time. He's going to be flushed out of the pocket. He's going to try and get down again, but doesn't get down in time. Number 17, Morris Lugo on the hit, and we're going to see a flag in the defensive backfield. We're going to find out what it is, but, man, JJ, you got to get down.
Flags are down.
And it's going to be a personal foul on the defense. Going to be a late hit, 15-yard penalty, positive yards, and they're going to break into the Chiefs' territory a handful of times. We have yet to see the Eagles this close to their end zone. They've been struggling. Empty set. John JJ is going to be in the backfield. See what he can come up with. Motion man. JJ's going to have some time. He's going to throw it out, spot pass to his wide receiver, and a big-time tackle stop by number 7. That's going to be Manny Pineda on the reception.
All right. Alumni. Carroll City alumni by themselves.
Keelan Roberts on the stop. Defensive back.
All right.
Always a good fan base during homecoming. Tomorrow night, don't miss it. Broward County, we're back into it. Coral Springs Charter, potentially not only the best team in Coral Springs, but definitely the best record. Coral Springs Charter coming up with a big-time win 2 weeks ago. We covered it. Calvary Christian Academy, the defending state champs for the independent conference. Charter being the runner-up. We got them tomorrow night. Don't miss it. They got the Kings Academy. Oh, my goodness. JJ once again swallowed up by the Chiefs defense. Number 53 going to celebrate with, 53, Javon Brown going to celebrate with his defensive interior. And once again, the Eagles are going to struggle. Yes, Coral Springs Charter tomorrow night. We got a homecoming game. And what's even cooler is we got a rebroadcast. Yes, I said rebroadcast. Buffalo Wild Wings, big shout out to them for supporting not only the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation, but HSPNsports.com. We're going to go out, broadcast the game. And a As soon as we are done, we're going to pack it up, head over to Buffalo Wild Wings in Coral Springs, and we're going to get some wings. We're going to join the team, join the coaches, join the fans to re-watch the live broadcast. Yes, the rebroadcast. There's not too many people that get an opportunity. 14 seconds left here in the first half of play. JJ once again empty set in the backfield and can only imagine what's going through that young man's head right now. JJ's going to drop back. Got a little time. He's going to give his wide receiver a chance. Overthrow him. And number 7 defensive back for the Chiefs, Keelan Roberts, is just going to do what he does best. Put that young man on the offensive side of the ball because he can reach out and touch something. That's going to be halftime here at Nathaniel Traspal Stadium. Once again, this is a special feature Thursday night under the lights. And, and we got a penalty on the play in the backfield. We almost made it to halftime. There's some dirty laundry on the field. We're going to find the white hat and see what he's got for us. Once again, if you don't know it, October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Big shout out to those out there. Big support to breast cancer awareness. Hashtag Save the Tatas.
No frown, said I wish or I could have, but nevertheless, that was unsportsmanlike.
It's going to be unsportsmanlike on the defense. And it's going to call it halftime. And they're going to put it on the kickoff, enforce it on the kickoff. Once again, the special feature halftime performance coming up by the Chiefs, the band. And we want to give a big shout out to those that make it go viral, and they do it no better than anybody else. Bleacher.com.
Alumni, are you here?
FloridaHighSchoolFootball.com.
It's halftime. It is homecoming.
Excuse me, Florida HS. That is Florida High School Football. Web address, FloridaHSFootball.com.
In the 2000s, stand up and be recognized.
FloridaGridironPreps.com.
Stand up and be recognized. If you graduated in the 80s,
FloridaVarsity.com.
And if you graduated in the 60s,
taking it to the West Coast with a highschoolfootballamerica.com. Big shout out to the West Coast, all the way Laguna Beach. And back to the south, a little south in your mouth, South Carolina. Big shout out to Never Had It So Good Sports Radio. You can listen to our sports radio talk show. We're talking recruiting, high school sports. Make sure you spread the word. Thursday nights with Princess Cooper, our host of Recruiting Talk on Never Had It So Good Sports Talk Radio. You can check them out on the website and also on Blog Talk. Never Had It So Good Sports. And those that made it possible tonight, playingtherecruitinggame.com. StealthRating.com. And the foundation that makes all of this possible and promoting college and career awareness all over the nation, especially here in Broward and Dade County since 2001. Glad to be a part of the foundation as a fulfillment program to spotlight these student athletes on a weekly basis. Yes, you can follow us on a weekly basis. We're going to be here Friday night. If it's not Traspal Stadium, it's somewhere in Broward or Dade County, spotlighting D1, NAIA, D3, it doesn't matter where you fit on the spectrum. We got the cameras live. We got the commentators ready to promote these student athletes. They need it. Most definitely. We thank the Keeping Dreams Alive. You can find out more information at www.kdafoundation.org. We're going to see if we can find the principal, Principal Dunn. See if we can make his way up here. If not, we're going to let you enjoy this Chiefs band doing their thing, doing what they do best. Stay with us. This is Ryan Stout with HSBNSports.com.
students voted, and the winners are Miss Freshman, Miss Diamond Rose. Miss Diamond Rose. The students voted by a landslide, Miss Sophomore, Miss Danielle Culpepper. Miss Danielle Culpepper. The students voted Mr. Junior, Ethnic Sands Jr. The students voted Miss Junior, Miss Tashiria Harris. Mr. and Mrs. Junior, Mr. Ethnic Sands Jr., and Miss Deshandra Harris. The students voted your Duke, Mr. Terry Tracy Thompson. Mr. Tracy Thompson. Students voted Duchess Miss Maisha God. Duke, Mr. Tracy Tompkins. Duchess, Mrs. Maisha God. Students voted your king for the 2000 2015 homecoming, Mr. Stephen Newberg. The students voted your queen for the 2015-2016 school year, Miss Kiana Sneed. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your homecoming court. Representing Monticello City Senior High School, 2015-2016. And at this time, I would like to introduce to some and present to others. Mr. Carroll City, Mr. Iobelli Randolph. And Miss Carroll City, Miss Christina Darby. Once again, this is your homecoming court for the 2015-2016 school year, representing the Miami Carroll City Senior High School. homecoming sport.
And we're bringing it back to live action here in Miami-Dade County. Thursday night under the lights, Carroll City Chiefs host their homecoming night with the Eagles of Southwest Miami Senior High School. Ryan Stout here on the mic, HSPNsports.com special feature, halftime wrapping it up. Take a look at the scoreboard if you're just joining us now. Yes, it is so. 33-0. The Chiefs have taken a major lead here in the first half. Not much success for the Eagles, and unfortunately, they're in a situation of giving the ball back up here in the second half. The Chiefs are going to start it off with an offensive possession. Lorenzo Floyd, what we like to call a true freshman, on the football field, number 14, with 5 touchdowns in the air. Yes, a freshman. I don't even want to call him a backup quarterback because the young man looks like a starter tonight, taking the reins right now for Stephen Calvert. Buckshot, Miami-Dade's one of their top, I would say one of their top quarterbacks. Highly underrated. Definitely needs some more love. This young man is all over the place. If you're just joining us, we're glad you are with us once again. HSPN Sports, at HSPN Sports on Twitter. Hit us up. Give you a shout out. Join the conversation. Join the support system. If you're wondering why the Eagles are kicking off from the 45-yard line, it is because there was a personal foul coming out of the first half, and they forced it on the kickoff. Big shout out tonight, watching from Washington, D.C. Thank you for joining us tonight. And hopefully you can join us tomorrow night. Got a big one coming your way. Coral Springs Charter takes on its homecoming matchup at the Sportsplex in Coral Springs. We are excited to bring that game to you. Taking on the Kings Academy. Interesting night for HSPN. We are doing the rebroadcast once again. Did it last year with Coral Springs Charter and blew up the restaurant numbers in the hundreds. Not only the football team, cheerleaders, staff, coaches, family, friends. Tomorrow night, we'll see at Buffalo Wild Wings. Yes, the rebroadcast. If you're in Broward County, specifically in Coral Springs, we want to see you out there. Support the Panthers. We support them. We are committed to them. They are committed to us. And let's get things kicked off here in the second half of play. 12 minutes on the clock. 33 points for the Chiefs. And we're going to see an odd set. 3 down linemen and trips to both sides. They're going to give it up to what looks like wide receiver. I want to say it is number 9. That's Victor Tucker. or number, I don't know, his jersey's rolled up. Might be 8 or 9. If it's, it looks like number 9. It's number 9 on the play. He coughed it up, but we got a penalty on the play. We're going to find the white hat, see what he's got for us. And it's going to be a holding on the offense. Odd formation for the Chiefs. I guess they're going to get a little fancy out here with a 33-point lead. Just shy of a running clock. But at some point, I know the coaches can at least recommend a running clock with the approval of the other coaching staff. Lorenzo, the true freshman, back to receive, and he's going to muffle. Oh my goodness, and Southwest Eagles are going to come up with the ball the first time within the 10-yard lines of their end zone. Willie Brown, big-time defensive play. Lorenzo is going to drop the ball on the ground. Didn't look like a bad snap, but bad exchange for Lorenzo to the running back, and Willie Brown is going to make a big-time recovery for the Eagles. And this is the first time we've seen the Eagles within scoring distance the entire night. JJ, Mr. John, number 7, starting quarterback for the Eagles, going to get under center. 3 running backfield. Going to see if we can pound the ball. Oh, he's going to roll out to the side, and he's going to loft the ball up there to his tight end, looks like. That's number 1 on the intended catch. And JJ is going to just throw it right over his head. Willie Brown, the young man that made the defensive play. It's going to be 2nd down and goal. Sticks are down here for the Eagles. Potential points here for Southwest. Three running backs in the backfield. JJ's going to give it up, and off the edge, almost getting him in the backfield, but it looks like he's going to get to his 5-yard line. That's number 3 on the run for Southwest to Corey Tutson. And it's going to be a 3rd down, and we got a shout out to, yes, Texas. We love it when Texas joins us from Fort Worth. Texas checking out South Florida sports, South Florida football. One of the other states considered top in the nation for football. JJ going to get up under center. He's going to roll out to the near side of the field and going to just throw it up. Oh, my goodness. Bad decision by the quarterback, and he is going to take it the distance. Get a wide shot of this. Nobody within 30 yards of touching this young man. The Chiefs once again put the ball in the end zone, number 26. That's going to be Jonas Dorville on the interception, and we're going to get a flag way back here. And we're going to get that flag back on the 10-yard line. Where is our white cap? We need to find out what happened. And the white cap chased down the ball. It's going to take him a little bit to get back, and we want to give a shout-out to Chapmanville. Chapmanville, where are you? Big shout-out wherever you are. Thank you for joining us. And the white hat is going to take his time getting back to the line of scrimmage. J.J. Watt, not sure what was going through his head, making a terrible decision. Could not get outside of the pocket and just going to lob it up there to the defensive back. I said J.J. Watt. They're making fun of me. No, I don't know any other J.J. outside of J.J. Watt. So if you're listening, J.J. Watt, you just got a shout out. This is the deal. I can't say John's last name. They're telling me it's Yaramilo. It's definitely Spanish. 2 L's. So I know that means something. If there's anyone that can help me out on Twitter, please help me out with enunciation, because I am blowing it tonight with JJ. And not sure what the call was on the play. Too worried about enunciation. properly, but the Chiefs are going to have to make their way all the way back to their territory, and the Eagles are going to get another shot, and it looks like the ball shifted to the other side of the field, the other hash. So
First down, 10, Chiefs.
okay, so I'm getting word there was a penalty after the interception. Okay, the Chiefs do have the ball, and Lorenzo is going to give it off to number 5, running back, Naquan Wright. And Naquan is going to come up with about a 2-yard gain. Edwin Sosa on the stop, number 44 for the Eagles. Missed opportunities here for the Eagles, shooting themselves, no doubt, in both feet tonight with double zeros on the board. 10 minutes into the second half, 10 minutes left here in the third quarter. We are in the second half. Lorenzo going to give it up to Naquan one more time, and he is going to get some good yards. Clock is going to run, and that is going to bring him up another first down on the play. That is Morris Lugo, number 17, on the stop, and we have a player down on the field. Coach Aubrey Hill going to make his way out to his team. Trainer's going to check on, see if we can get a number on the injured player. Tough getting injuries this late into the season. Just over the hump. Coach Aubrey Hill going to make his way out, make sure the player is doing okay. Coach Aubrey Hill and Coach Neal, head coach, and the number on the field. He's going to walk off. Number 90 going to walk off with a slight limp. Aubrey Hill going to make his way back to the bench, and number 90 is Brandon Carrero. Defense side of the ball, once again, Eagles yet to convert on the offense side of the ball. Chiefs, they're going to make fun of me saying true freshman. True freshman, which he is. He's a true freshman. We're not lying. So true freshman in the backfield, Lorenzo Floyd stepping in for Stephen Calvert for tonight. And Salisbury, not the steak. Salisbury tuning in tonight. Big shout out. Thank you for joining us and your support with the viewership tonight for Carroll City's homecoming. And I always find it quite interesting. You come down to these Miami-Dade schools with these massive bands. Okay, and we're getting word Cameron Davis, number 22, at the running back position for the Chiefs. And Willie Brown on the stop, number 1. Once again, find it quite interesting with these Miami-Dade schools. The band and the dancers, they're so massive that we're literally already to our 9-minute mark into the second half, and they're still trying to get back into the stands. Unless they're just circled up doing their thing on the outside. Good thing you can't see it, because then you could prove me wrong, but looks like they're having a good time down here. Hey, it's homecoming. We got to see, and hopefully you got to see on camera, the homecoming king and queen, all white, and they're going to call a penalty. It looks like Southwest is excited because we have a false start on the offense. The Chiefs are going to back up, and it's going to put up around third down, and I want to say 20, 21 yards. Lorenzo Floyd in the backfield, two backs in the backfield. Third down, let's see what they can come up here. Lorenzo going to fake the handoff. He's going to air it out to wide receiver right down the middle of the field. He's going to see him on the hash and going to split the difference. Kevon Dingle with the big-time reception. Going to get them close to their 50-yard line, 49-yard line, still in their own territory, about to cross over, and that's Elijah Felton on the tackle, number 27, making the big-time stop to a big-time offensive play for the Chiefs, getting out of their own territory. First down and 10 from their 49-yard line. Lorenzo is going to give it He's going to pull it and give it over. Nice pitch. He's going to take it down the sideline. That is Naquan Wright once again, number 5. And Lorenzo's going to fake the handoff up the inside and pitch it out to Naquan, who's going to straddle the sideline.
That's right on the carry. That run by Wright.
And you talk about going the distance within 2 plays. I want to say they've gone from their 10 to the Eagles' 20-yard line. Lorenzo going to try and pull it and is going to come up with a loss. Willie Brown on the tackle, and that's going to be a sack. Another sack, and we got some dirty laundry on the field, and it looks like a false start. Maybe a false start. And that's going to put up a second down for the Chiefs with ways to go. Lorenzo once again trying to take it to the right side, and it looks like he gave it up. And no whistles have been blown, and Willie Brown once again with the big-time sack in the backfield. Not sure what happened there. Did not hear any whistles. Lorenzo going to cough it up, I believe, for the first time tonight. And Willie Brown once again making the big-time plays for the Eagles tonight. Our impact player for tonight for Southwest Eagles. Eagles once again going to see if they can convert on the offensive side of the ball. JJ walking up to the line. Looks like we're going to see an empty set out of the Eagles. Eagles have yet to put points on the board, 33-0. JJ going to have some time. Going to get flushed out of the pocket. Going to make a move. Crosses the line of scrimmage and going to come up with about 8 yards. Positive yards for JJ and the Eagles offense. That empty set is going to back those defensive back, give them a lot of room to work with on the ground. He's going to use his legs to potentially come up with a first down. Second down here and 1 yard. Let's see if they can convert. Eagles once again, trips to the near side. Going to motion, running back out, empty set. JJ's going to drop back. Quick release. And looks like we're going to get pass interference. Pass was intended for C.J. McWilliams. Okay, and we got a shout out from the studio. Shout out to and congrats to Kiana Sneed, who won Homecoming Queen. Stephen Newbold, number 3, who won Homecoming King. And once again, Stephen Newbold, number 3, out there for the Chiefs. Congratulations. The benefits of covering a homecoming game. Not just covering a game, we're covering an event. And that's going to be pass interference. Second down for the Eagles, and they're going to get positive yards off the penalty. JJ going to give it up to his running back. He's going to pound through the yard, get to about the 39-yard line. That's going to be to Corey Tutson on the run, and they're going to spot it around the 39-yard line. Tackle made by number 19, Raymond Maycock. Eagles offense looking good thus far in this possession. 6:30 on the clock and running. JJ going to give it up to his running back once again and going to be stopped by a host of Chiefs to Corey Tutson once again on the carry. And Javon Brown, number 53, one of the few Eagles in on that tackle. Eagles faced with a third and about 4 yards to go.
Tutson on the carry. It will be third down.
J.J. Watt single back in the backfield alongside J.J. He's going to motion out. I keep calling him J.J. Watt. I'm sorry. And J.J. is going to take it the distance on with his legs. And now you got me all discombobulated because I keep saying J.J. Watt. There's no other J.J. I know, so you're just going to have to deal with it.
And it is the first down. Time out for a water break.
They're going to get a water break, and I'm going to take a water break because I got to get J.J. Watt out of my head. Once again, you're watching high school football Thursday night under the lights, a special feature with HSBNSports.com. We thank you for joining us tonight. Stay with us.
You won't go.
Back to live action, and JJ trying to make something happen with his legs. Loses about 8 yards on the play. Second down. That was a second down play, and almost looked like he coughed it up. And once again, I apologize for the J.J. Watt. That is not, I repeat, no relation to J.J. Watt at all. Never had to say J.J. on the air before, so please forgive me. Second down and about 15 yards. JJ is going to be empty set in the backfield. He's going to use his legs again, and he's just going to throw it incomplete to intended wide receiver, number 22. Number 21, James Barnes, excuse me. Eagles struggle to have positive yards, positive points on offense. And there we go. Band is back at it. The Chiefs are back in the stands finally. Single set in the backfield. Motion out the running back. JJ going to drop back. Doesn't have the time. Big time stop by number 20. That's going to be Daquan Nelson. Big time stop right in JJ's face. That is a tough decision for the Eagles. Once again, special teams get back on the field, and they're going to give up the ball. 4:22 and rolling, second half, third quarter. They have yet to change the quarter on the screen. And the Eagles set to punt. Almost looked like it got blocked, but it didn't. Going to get a decent bounce. And that's going to put the Chiefs up against the wall. They're on their about 17-yard line.
So he turned the phone in, I gave him a gift. He didn't have to turn the phone in, and I didn't have to give him a gift. But he did turn in the phone, and I gave him a gift, and I just want to applaud him for turning in the phone.
Chiefs offense make their way back on the field.
Come to the press box window and identify this phone.
Lorenzo Floyd at the starting quarterback position tonight, stepping in for Steven Buckshot Calvert, the true freshman. 5 in the air. Yes, I said it, 5 in the air. One mistake, coughed it up one time on a quarterback-running back exchange. He's going to give it to Naquan. Or excuse me, that's not Naquan. That is number 22. On the run, Cameron Davis. So used to saying names after a while. They're going to get some.
Iron Man Davis.
They're rotating guys in and out. Yet to see a running clock. 35 points calls for a running clock, but I think someone might feel like they still have hope in this game.
Now, once again, check your
That's
bag,
okay.
check your pocket,
It's good to hope.
check your purse, check wherever you keep
Chiefs
your phone.
5-1 overall, 2-0 in the district. Their first loss was their first game of the season, their opener against Coral Gables. And Lorenzo's going to throw it backwards, and the ball is going to be recovered by number 21. He's going to take it down the sideline. And I'm going to say that he stepped out of bounds, and 21 is James Barnes. Backwards pass by Lorenzo, the receiver not aware that the ball was still live. We got a flag, and the ref called him stepping out of bounds. We're going to see what the call is on the play. Could this be a game changer for the Eagles? I got a bunch of no's up here. Got people shaking their head.
They thought they lost their phone. They see my phone. They were holding it in their hand. They were holding it right in their hand. But this phone,
we got a bunch of fans up here that saying there's no hope for the Eagles at this point in the game. 33 points for the Chiefs, 0 for the Eagles, and that's going to give us 3:34 on the clock. And it looks like the Eagles are going to recover the ball, but the ball will be spotted on, I want to say, the 27-yard line.
The Eagles will have first down.
Okay, Eagles getting close to the red zone. Can they put some points on the board for the night? They have yet to do so. I think there's people out there that still have hope. JJ going to give it up to number 3 to Corey Tutson on the run. A decent amount of yards.
Tutson on the carry.
And that's going to be a second down, 4 to go. Getting close to that end zone where the Eagles have yet to put the ball to convert some points. Hoping to see some points out of the Eagles right now. Trips to the near side of the field. Single back in the backfield. And it's going to be a bad exchange.
Recovered by the Eagles.
Fumble. JJ and Tutson having some issues with the exchange. And that's going to bring up a third down. Third down, about 9 to go for the Eagles. Got to stop making silly mistakes, shooting themselves in the foot. JJ's going to be in an empty set, empty backfield, man in motion. Drop backs, got the time to do it, and he's going to be just short. The wide receiver pass intended for Marquez McCray. Brother from another mother. I wouldn't say that. Brother of Gianni McCray. And the band is doing their thing. We see a special teams out here playing. The kick is got the distance, but is it good? And it is no good, but there's a flag down on the field. And that is going to go against the defense. I believe it was an offsides by the defense. That's going to give the Eagles another chance to put it through the uprights, or is the offense back on the field? Wait a second. That's one heck of a spot. That's going to put Eagles, that's going to give them a first down.
Personal foul on the defense. Thank you.
It must have been a personal foul on that last play because there's no way offsides is going to give you that amount of yards. Man in motion to the near side of the field. JJ is going to give it up to the running back. And I want to say it's Tutson. Yes, it is, number 3. And they're going to get a chance to put some points on the board. The big stop by 99 David Hood. Stepping in there, stopping Tutson from potential points on the board. 150 and rolling here in the third quarter of play. Traz-Powell Stadium. Good to be back here in Miami-Dade. Glad you could join us. Single back in the backfield, trips to the near side of the field. They're going to blow it dead because there is a timeout on the field by Coach Hill. .132 on the clock, third quarter. Getting close to wrapping this thing up. One more quarter to go. If the Chiefs can put some more points on the board, the clock will start to run. Once again, special feature tomorrow night on HSBNsports.com and all of the streaming partners. Yes, the guys and girls that make this go viral every single week. Those helmets will be tomorrow night. Cool Springs Charter and the King's Academy Charter School Homecoming. Alumni will be there. It's going to be a big night for Charter because we're doing a rebroadcast of the game at Buffalo Wild Wings in Coral Springs. So any Charter or Broward County people, and we want to give a big shout out for watching. Hundreds of YouTube HSBN viewers that are tuned in tonight. And we got some people tuned in. North Carolina, Southern Pines. Thank you for joining us here on HSBN. Glad you could be with us. Glad you're supporting the vision, the student athletes. And the Eagles are going to pound it up the middle. That's going to be 22. Excuse me, number 2. Number 2, Gianni McCrea on the run. Eagles potentially on their way of putting points on the board. We have yet to see tonight. Trips to the near side once again. Back, single back in the backfield. JJ, let's see what he can do with the ball. He's going to get the ball, and he's going to do a direct snap and try and make it to the goal line and stop just short by number 2 on the defense, Tracy Tompkins. JJ trying to make moves on the ground. Hasn't had much success thus far in the air, but has used his legs pretty well. Potentially can put some points on the board for the Eagles. And we got about 40 seconds and running here on the clock in the third quarter, and we're getting close to this fourth quarter of this football game. Eagles possibly with points on the board. JJ with the single back in the backfield, trips to the far side. JJ is going to go direct snap, and he's going to be slipped up by the sniper in the stands that took him out. Not a man in sight. They could have tackled him, going to trip on his own legs. That's going to hurt if he doesn't get the end zone right here. Time is an issue. 8 and counting. May or may not get this play off. They can't see the clock. It's going to motion the outside, and they're going to snap it just in time. And JJ is going to go up the middle to his wide receiver, number 22, and it's going to be incomplete. And that's going to be Marquise McCrea, the brother of Gianni McCrea. And that's going to bring it to a fourth quarter here in Traz-Powell Stadium. Glad to be back here in Miami-Dade. A gorgeous night, somewhat. South Florida is still a bit humid, but hey, can't complain. We're not sweating our you-know-what's off. Glad we could be here. This is High School Game Day brought to you by HSPN. Graphics tonight, Bleacher. And I got a word that Lazaro Suarez, Bleacher.com, might be on the sidelines. Not sure if he's still here, but that was the word I got on Twitter, or excuse me, the studio. And big shout out to the people and the companies that made this broadcast possible. PlayingTheRecruitingGame.com. StealthRating.com. And the foundation that makes this all possible, the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. KDAFoundation.org. Check them out. Social media, check them out on the website. See what HSPN and KDA does together on a weekly basis, on a daily basis with these Broward and Dade County schools. It is much more than a live broadcast. I can promise you that, folks. Eagles may have some points on the board right here. JJ lines up under center. Single back in the backfield. And JJ is going to give it off to his back, but the contain is like none other.
It will be.
They're going to stop him in the backfield, and that's number 2 on the potential run. Tutson just short, and, Gianni Acrea. And that's going to be a big stop by Javon Brown. Interior line, D-line, just a junior. Making some big-time plays here late in this game with 33 points on the board for the Carroll City Chiefs. JJ is going to line up in the shotgun position, single back in the backfield, going to spread it out. 2-man in motion, and I don't know if they're going to call it. They didn't. Yep, they finally pulled the flag. JJ is going to be flushed out of the pocket, try to use his legs. He's going to let go of the ball, and he's going to get hammered, but gets rid of the ball. They're going to call that penalty on that double shift. Manny Pineda on the intended receiver for the play. Manny Pineda almost coming up with the ball. But they're going to call him at the line of scrimmage with 2 men in motion, which you obviously can't do. And it looks like we're going to see another special teams attempt by the Eagles. And that was 4th down. That was 4th down. The Eagles are going to have turnover on downs, and the Chiefs are going to have the ball 5-yard line. Running back lined up about 2 yards into his own end zone. Lorenzo going to get up under center. Single back in the backfield. Try to push it up, give him a couple more yards, and he's going to have a big run. Going to potentially run over number 21. And that's going to be Cameron Davis on the carry. It's going to give him a first down and a great reel on the highlight. Dropping the bow on the intended tackler. Didn't work out. Held on, though. Chiefs are going to move it out to their, 16-yard line. Chiefs on the ground once again. Strong running back. Once again, we're going to see it out of Cameron Davis. Cameron Davis, running back. Getting the Eagles out of a bad situation, backed up to their own goal line. Single back in the backfield. I almost said JJ. Lorenzo going to hand it off, but met very quickly by number 9 for Southwest. A name we haven't called yet tonight, and that's going to be Andrew Blanco. Linebacker for Southwest.
Mr. Dunn is the principal at the Carroll City Senior High School. And Mr. Dunn says,
Chiefs come up with a 3rd down, 9:42 here in the 4th quarter of play. Chiefs 33 points. The Eagles still with double zeros on the board. Lorenzo going to hand it off to the single running back in the backfield and going to be stopped at the yard line. Naquan Wright, once again, number 5 with the carry. And that looks like it's going to bring out the special teams, because it is 4th down for the Chiefs. A big stop by defensive line, Brandon Carrero, junior defensive line. Punt team out to get rid of the ball. Special teams not the most successful tonight, either side of the ball. Hopefully get a good bounce. That is Cameron Davis back to punt, and Cameron Davis is obviously a familiar name because he's at running back as well. So he's going to try it out on the big toe, see if he can put something out there to play with. And he's going to do a little rugby-style kick. And it's going to have a decent bounce. Not the best punt, but, hey, brings him out to the 40-yard line, and the Eagles will start their possession in their own territory. Once again, 8:31 here in the fourth quarter. You're watching HSPN Sports with this homecoming feature here in Nathaniel Traspal Stadium. Carol City Chiefs. Homecoming night. Band's having a great time. Dancers, cheerleaders. And we got another shout out. Timothy Wallace, watching from Miami Lakes. Miami Carroll City class of 72. Go Chiefs. Big shout out to Timothy Wallace. Thank you for joining us tonight on this homecoming celebration. You must be very proud of your Chiefs, and that is a Southwest run by number 21, James Barnes. Plays on both sides of the ball. And that's going to give them a second and about 7 yards to go in their own territory. Potentially Eagles with their second loss on the season. Coming in this game 4-1, unless there's a miracle. And that's a big-time stop by number 20. No mercy for the Carroll City Chiefs. Daquan Nelson, number 20, linebacker, just a sophomore, playing out there like a men amongst boys to Corey Tutson, number 3, on the run. And that's going to be a 3rd down and 10 yards back to the original line of scrimmage for the Eagles.
Okay, we have the owner of this phone in the press box right now.
And it looks like another trip set to the near side of the field. Motion man, empty set for JJ in the backfield. He's going to drop back. He had the time. He's going to get flushed out of the pocket and potentially dump it off to number 22 on the play, Marquise McCrea.
Number 22.
And he might just be short of the first down. Oh, they're going to give it to him. That's going to be a first down with a good spot. 7:05 on the clock. And that's going to be a first down.
Say thank you to the person that found the phone.
Man in motion out of the backfield. Going to be an empty set for the Eagles. He's going to drop back. And he's going to use his legs again. And I'm not too sure what was going through his head right there, but that's going to be a second down, and we're going to have penalties on the field because I want to say he was possibly over the line of scrimmage. And that's going to be an illegal forward pass for JJ.
Illegal forward pass violation.
That's going to take him back 5 yards, maybe more, unless the Eagles don't know where to line up. 6:51 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Chiefs defense definitely making a statement here tonight with a possible shutout. JJ with a single back in the backfield. See if they can come up with something right here. Running back motions out of the backfield. Empty set for the Eagles. JJ's going to drop back and going to lay one out there for his wide receiver, intended for number 2, but doesn't come up with the catch. That's going to be Gianni McCrea on the drop. I don't know if it was a drop, but hey, gave him a shot. Once again, not too much success for Eagles in the passing game. But on the other side of the ball, true freshman, Lorenzo Floyd. 5 in the air. 5 in the air. Would like to see that young man the rest of the season. Keep an eye out. Stephen Calvert, if you ever want to take a break during the game, don't worry. You got a great young man to back you up. Empty set backfield. JJ's going to move forward in the pocket and be brought down for a loss. That's going to be, looks like number 18 on the tackle. That is Terry Strouder on the big-time loss. JJ thought he had some room to work with, but brought up well short of the first down marker. It's going to be about 4th and 16 yards to go. The special teams is going to make their way out onto the field once again with 6:10 on the clock and rolling here in the 4th. Chiefs lead 33 points to double zeros. Antonio Garcia, kicker and punter. Coach Neal wanted to make a point that Garcia was the leading in the county last year. Definitely one of their biggest offensive weapons in the season. That's going to be Elijah Felton on the tackle for the Southwest Eagles. And the Chiefs once again come up with the ball in their own territory. Ball going to be spotted on about the 16-yard line. 5:47 on the clock. Band still going hard. And a big shout out for watching Santiago, Chile. Yes. Keeping it classy all the way down in South America. We love when we get our international audience. Excited for you to join in. We don't know who's watching. If you're listening, let us know. We would love to give you a shout out. We get a great international audience worldwide, whether it's Europe, whether it's Singapore, South America, all over the world. And they'd be really interested to see who is tuned in. So those that are watching, hey, give us a shout out at HSBN Sports. That's on Twitter at HSBN Sports. I got the feed right in front of me. The studio doing a great job behind the scenes, getting all that content out to us immediately.
Mr. Carlos Diaz also says no to drugs.
And it looks like we got a new quarterback in the backfield, number 13. He's going to use his athletic ability to get around the outside, and a great move to the inside. And he might go the distance. And he's finally going to get stopped up by number 8 for Southwest. That's going to be Caleb Thomas. Caleb Thomas. We've seen him all over the field tonight. And number 8, C.J. Williams, going to come up with the push out of bounds. Outstanding. A first down and more for Thomas. We've seen him on special teams with some returns, and they're going to put him at quarterback. Hey, if he's able to do it, he's definitely got the athletic ability on the ground. And once again, they will keep it on the ground, give it up to running back number 1. That's Darnell Roll, the senior, and he's going to make his way to the sideline. And that's going to be a big stop by number 44, Edwin Sosa, for Southwest. 5:12 on the clock here in fourth quarter. If you're still with us, we appreciate it. Here, this homecoming matchup, Carroll City taking on Southwest Eagles. Miami. Doesn't get much better. And that looks like Naquan on the run, number 5 for the Chiefs, and he's going to power through a couple tackles, make his way outside, and that's going to be a stop by C.J. McWilliams. Sorry, I said Williams last time. C.J. McWilliams on the stop, making some big-time plays on both sides of the ball.
Thursday night football, second quarter. Coach, 13. Houston.
See who's back in the backfield. Looks like Thomas is still in the backfield. Got a 2-back set. And it looks like they're going to keep it on the ground. And number 1, Darnell Roll, is going to come up with a short gain of about 2 yards. And that's going to be a stop by Ian Jorge, number 51 for the Eagles. That's going to be a second down with 8 to go. 3:55 on the clock and rolling here in the fourth quarter. Eagles potentially going to put more points on the board. No mercy. And that's going to be Thomas once again on the ground. He's going to give it up to his running back. 2 running backs in the backfield. Number 22 is going to be the intended running back, Cameron Davis, the sophomore. Cameron Davis, familiar name all over the field tonight. Not only is he in the backfield of the offense running the ball, but he's punting the ball as well. Yes, I said punting the ball as well. Cameron Davis all over the field tonight. Outstanding performance. And that's going to be a big stop by number 5 and number 9 for Southwest. Cameron Davis, the running back, and number 5 for Southwest, Shamar Smith. And number 9, Andrew Blanco on the stop for a loss. Second down and about 13 to go. Closing in on Eagles red zone territory. 2:50 on the clock and rolling. Thomas one more time on the ground. He's going to give it up to number 1. Darnell Roll. On the run, short gain. Still keeps him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a third down. And it looks like we had an injured player, 74. He's going to get off the field, and I'm going to, here we go. Shout out for watching. Yes, Durham, North Carolina, Duluth, Kansas, and Knoxville, Tennessee. I would say that's somewhat of my stomping grounds, being there for a year. But, hey, we're glad you joined us. Once again, if you're on Twitter, at HSBN Sports, we'd love to know who's tuned in. So we see where you're coming from, but we don't know who it is. So if you don't mind getting a shout-out, if you're shy, it's okay. And that's going to be a Naquan run on the play. Naquan Wright, number 5. A short gain, and Willie Brown, number 1 on the stop. And that's going to be a 4th and long. About 4th and 14. Doesn't look like the Chiefs have made any progress on offense this far this possession in this red zone. In the Eagle territory, That's going to be 1:48 and rolling on the clock. Not sure. Thomas still in there at quarterback. Uruguay has joined us. Yes, once again, taking it worldwide with South America. Thank you for joining us. Always a pleasure. Hope you're enjoying it. This late in the game. 1:20 on the clock. Thomas going to throw the ball. And that's going to be an interception by C.J. McWilliams. And I guess that's what you get when you throw in a quarterback that's not really a quarterback. Thomas, great performance thus far in the game, outside of throwing that interception. But, hey, can you blame him? He doesn't have the position quarterback on the roster, so I mean, he's back there returning punts, doing a bunch of good stuff. Not too sure what was going on with the play call. Hey, it's 1:18 left. It's homecoming. 33-point difference on the board. The Eagles, once again, have another opportunity to possibly put some points on the board. J.J., quarterback position, single back in the backfield. He's going to give it up the middle. And it's going to be a big-time Chiefs stop by a host of Chiefs. That's going to be to Corey Tutson on the run. Eagles struggling to see success tonight. 50 seconds on the clock left in this football game. They're going to give it up, stay on the ground, running out the clock. And once again, we thank you for joining us tonight. This is Ryan Stout with HSPNSports.com. Had this special Thursday night feature Under the Lights back in Dade County. We are glad you joined us tonight here for this homecoming matchup. Tomorrow night, do not forget, we are back on the air, back-to-back nights, Thursday and Friday, for HSPN Sports and the strategic partners that are making this thing go viral. So don't miss it. We got Coral Springs Charter and the Kings Academy. Coral Springs Charter, a homecoming game and a rebroadcast. Buffalo Wild Wings. If you're in Broward, you're a fan of Coral Springs Charter, and you're in Coral Springs, I want to see you there at the rebroadcast at Buffalo Wild Wings over on 441 and Wiles. We got the rebroadcast. Hey, guess what? It's a charity event. Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. All proceeds from the chicken wings that get eaten are going to the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation to support their mission of college and career awareness. And we want to give one more shout out to St. Albans and Cross Lanes. Not too sure where you're coming from, but hey, we're glad you could join us here on this special feature Thursday night, and that's going to be 000 on the clock. Once again, the Chiefs of Carroll City High School, 33 points. Southwest Miami Senior High School, the Eagles are unsuccessful on the offense and defense side of the ball. Double zeros here for the Eagles. That is going to set the Eagles up for a 4-2 record overall in the season. Carroll City 5-1, their first loss to Coral Gables, redefining themselves week by week. Coach Aubrey Hill said it best. We're going to come into each game at 1-0. That's the mentality. We're going for playoffs. That is the goal. Glad we could join the Carroll City Chiefs. Big shout out to their administration for having us here tonight. Once again, don't forget, HSPN Sports live feature tomorrow night. You know where to find us. HSPN Sports. Remember, join the conversation at HSPN Sports. We'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks for joining us.